Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Friday, January 17th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Before I jump into this image, just want to mention that this week, wickedstocks.com put out two stock picks as usual. On Tuesday, Advanced Drainage Systems, and on Thursday, we put out Zillow, both of which are near significant capitulation points, so to speak. That's always the case, by the way, in any stock picks that we put out. As we approach a key area of support or resistance that may contain a buying or selling longer term, or may, if settled beyond, would set off a significant long-term buy signal, for instance. That is always the case. We're always right at the edge waiting for them to approach before we release the video. So check it out. You can see it all for free at wickedstocks.com. We offer a 5-day free trial up front, and you'll be able to see this week's stock picks, last week's weekly Apple stock, our daily triple Q and SPY analysis, weekly NASDAQ 100, S&P 500. You could see it all by going to wickedstocks.com. So here we are. This is a proper chart to show the fact that we have long-term support in the 127.02 to 129.64 region, which can absorb selling, as I've been saying, not only through February, but even into the second quarter. This is the big picture area that we actually did test on the weekly chart here. That's not an updated chart. That was from last week. We will be updating these, but we've slipped into channel support on the weekly chart at 130.46. We've yet to actually test it to the very tick on the daily chart. We like the daily chart for kind of the dialing it in, fine-tuning of these specific price support areas. But worth noting is that we did top out Thursday at the 3/8 upside Fibonacci. This is what we had been anticipating, the clear possibility of, that the 3 to 5 day time frame was one of buying the upper 120s, selling the upper 130s, 138.53, more or less selling 138.53 for 3 to 5 day swing traders who are already long. Now, you may be short, and the market is certainly susceptible to falling back into the 127.02 to 129.64 region over the next day, 2 or 3. Downside today, the high of the low of 133.59 should act as a decent intraday pivot point, above which 138.53 in reach again. And if we break or open today below 133.49, I do see 129.64 likely, the beginning of a range down to 127.02 that may well absorb selling through February, into the second quarter, well into the second quarter. Above 127.02 to 129.64, we have a 3 to 5 day objective still. Once tested, I should say, at 138.53, we have a 2 to 3 week target into the low to mid 150s, 154.29. This is our 2 to 3 week objective. And over the next couple of months, month or two, 166.70. And that's been true. The 166.70 formation has been considered kind of a 1 to 2 month objective following the testing of long-term support earlier this week anyway. 154.29, a 2 to 3 week objective, 166.70, a 1 to 2 month objective. Of course, if we were to close above 154.29 sooner than later, this is more like just a 1 to 2 week target at 166.70. But you can see how they're kind of spreading apart just a little bit. As we push into February, this will truly become more of a 2 to 3 week buy signal if settled above. So we'll be watching this on a day by day by day basis. Bottom line, holding above the upper 120s does ultimately allow, over the next several months, the 182.73 one-year rising channel top. Certainly would want a secondary show of strength on the way up, and I see that materializing if we can actually close above the 154 and change rising channel top. Where are you? There you are, 154.29. But 154.29, a 2 to 3 week objective right now, so long as we're above 127.02 to 129.64 and working our way upside today. If this market does close above 138.53, the 148.68 former channel bottom, then likely by the end of next week, and that is rising at a pretty steep pace. I will say that closing above 138.53, that 154.29 level that we show right here is likely within just 1 to 2 weeks. It's considered a 2 to 3 week target anyway, above 127.02 to 129.64. So, as we're slipping into the upper 120s, assuming that does happen over the next few days, and it may, once again, holding below that 138.53, 5/8 Fibonacci, 3/8 Fibonacci. So as we're testing this lower area, just know, for instance, that your 155 strike out of the money calls are just a little bit cheaper than they are right now, and your 165, 170 strike are a little bit cheaper than they are right now, and of course, your 185, 190 strike are a little bit cheaper than they are right now. All of these formations are rising through time. They're sort of moving targets. Let's cover the downside. I don't see it today, but if we do close today below 127.02, that would be a significant sell signal. And I would expect, where is the chart? This one. I would expect a 121.91 within of probably just a day. That is a 50% downside retracement from the from the more recent high, actually, from about a week and a half ago against that August low. 114.64, the 5/8 Fibonacci within 1 to 2 weeks. But really, if we close below 127.02, I do see 103.49 rising gradually as our realistic 3 to 5 week objective. So if we do close below 127.02, I would recommend liquidating any of those out of money calls that you may have purchased over the 2 to 3 month time frame, because in the interim we should see by the end of February, if that were to happen soon, 103.49. Under this scenario, closing below 127.02, you might reach for 105 strike out of the money puts that don't expire for at least 2 to 3 months on that perceived 3 to 5 week time horizon objective. Where, I might add, 103.49 can contain selling pressures on a quarterly, possibly into later 25 basis. Is there anything else to say? I don't think so. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of that 5-day free trial. We will be back Monday afternoon with Tuesday's NVIDIA. Remember, we have a long weekend here with MLK weekend. Markets are closed on Monday, so we will be delivering you Tuesday's analysis on Monday afternoon. You have a fabulous weekend, and we will be back soon.